Hello guys and welcome back to Madfire on channel. So in this tutorial series we are going to create a simple endless traffic racer game. In this series we are going to check input system which will be used to move our player, and in our vehicle selection system endless level generation with reusing existing level pieces, vehicle selection system which will allow the player to select different vehicles, random enemy spawning, singleton concept, and more. The entire project is available on GitHub. The link will be in the description. And if you want to follow the entire series, then you can check out my Patreon page. The link will be in the description. All the videos of this series are uploaded there, and you will also get premium version of this project which has extra features in it like Facebook login, AdMob, Unity ads, Unity in-app purchase, social share, game analytics, and more. So now let's create our level manager. So level manager will be responsible for spawning our player, our road, and our enemies. So anything which we see in our game will be spawned by our level manager. So in scripts folder, right click and create a new C# script, and let's call this level manager. Now double click on it to open it in editor. So first we will add our namespace. So traffic racer, and put our code inside that namespace. So for this, remove our start and update. Now we want our level manager to be an instance. So what we can do is let's go to our UI manager and let's copy awake and paste it here, and we will create a public static level manager and we will call this instance. Now here we are just creating instance, so we also need to make sure if there are two level manager, we destroy the duplicate one. So else we destroy the game object, and we will copy this and paste it here. Okay. Our level manager will be responsible for spawning objects. So we need a reference to our prefab. So for that, we will create a private game object road prefab variable to store our road prefab reference. Then private game object array vehicle prefabs to store our all vehicle prefabs in this. Now, and we want to edit them from our inspector, so we will make both of them serialized field. We also need to move our environment with some constant speed. So for that, we will create a private float move speed, and we will also make this a serialized field. So now we are going to spawn our road prefab in our game, and we are going to spawn like multiple of them, like 4 or 5 like that. We need to store reference to all the road prefab which are spawned in our game so that we can modify their position when the game is on. For that, we will create a private list of game object and we will call it road list. Then we will create a private vector3 next road pose which will be equal to vector3.0 by default. Then we need a private game object road holder, so this will hold a reference to the game object road holder. So now we will create a start method, and in start method we will first set our road holder. So road holder is equal to new game object, and here we are creating a new game object and giving it a name road holder. After that, we set our road list is equal to new list of game object, Basically, we are initializing our list. Then we need to spawn a few road prefabs. So we will create a for loop, and that loop will run for 5 times. In that, we will set game object road will be equal to instantiate road prefab. The position will be next road pose, and the rotation will be quaternion dot identity. That means the prefab, whatever rotation it has, will maintain it. Then we set our road dot transform dot set parent to our road holder dot transform. So we are basically making this game object child of the road holder game object. Then we set next road position plus equals vector 3 dot forward into 10, because we know our game is moving in positive z axis, and we are multiplying vector 3 dot forward with 10 is because whenever we are placing two road prefab adjacent to each other, the distance between the center of both of them will be 10. Then we add this road to our road list. Now we need to spawn our player as well. So for that, we will create a new game object. So game object player is equal to new game object, and we will rename the game object to player. Then we will set its position. So player dot transform dot position is equal to vector 3 dot 0. Then we will add a player controller to it. So player dot add component player controller to it. Now we need reference to the player controller of this player. So here up we will create a new private player controller variable, and we are going to access this player controller from other scripts. So we will create a getter for it. So for that we will type public player controller get return player controller. Now at bottom here our player controller will be equal to player dot get component player controller. So now we are ready to spawn our road as well as our player. So let's save all this thing and go back to our editor. So let's create a new empty game object, reset its transform, set it static, and let's call this level manager. Okay, and let's drag our level manager to it. So the speed, let's say our speed is 12. Our road prefab, if we go here, we have this road prefab. Let's drag it here, and we have an array of our vehicle prefab. So let's lock this window here. Select the car one, holding shift, then select truck 2 and select all of them, then control and click on this road holder to remove that. Let's drag it here. You can see we get all of them. Now we need to drag our bus as well. So now we have our vehicle prefab assigned as well. So let's try it. Click on play. Okay, and you can see we are spawning our road. So let's see how many things. 1 2 3 4 5 we have spawned, but in our player is also spawned, but right now it doesn't have any 3D model attached to it. So for that, let's remove this thing. Let's go to our player controller, and here we need to add one more method. So in player controller, to spawn our car, we will create a new method, public void spawn vehicle, and it will take a int parameter, int index. Now inside this, first we will check if transform dot child count is greater than 0. If it is true, then destroy transform dot get child 0 dot game object. Now we know that our player controller game object will have only one child, that will be the 3D model of our car. As we are going to have only one child, we are going to get reference to child at index 0. Now once we have destroyed our child, then we will create another child. So game object child is equal to instantiate level manager dot instance dot, and we need reference to our level manager vehicle prefab array as well. So let's go to our level manager. So now we want the reference to our vehicle prefab array. So for that we will create a getter. So public game object array vehicle prefabs get return vehicle prefabs. Now let's go back to our player controller dot vehicle prefabs, and we'll pass the index in it, comma transform. This makes sure that the new game object which is spawned will be the child of this game object. Then we also need reference to the collider component of the child. So for that we will go to up and create a new private collider variable, and then here we will set collider is equal to child dot get component collider, and let's rename the collider to collider component. Now it's look better. And then we'll set the collider component dot is trigger equal to true. We are making it true so that we can detect other basically enemy cars in the game. Now let's call our spawn vehicle method in our start method, and we will pass our index. So the index will be equal to game manager dot singleton dot current car index. So you remember when we were creating our game manager, we added this variable to it. So let's save all this thing, and by default the current car index of game manager is 0. So if we save and go back to editor and let's select our level manager, so our player controller will be spawning a vehicle at index 0, that will be car 1. Let's save all these things and click on play, and you see our car is spawned. So our road is spawned, our car is spawned. Let me just swipe to right, and our car moves to right and left. So our swipe is also working. Okay, nice.